The mid-range smartphone market sometimes is the testing grounds of the trends that either make a lasting impact or a failed attempt. From putting filler cameras like depth sensors or macro cameras just to call it dual, triple, or even a quad camera setup, and using the term pro in their phones, but it's not really pro level IRL, just to name a few. But the trendy buzzword on the mid-range smartphones now is durability, most especially the terms increased protection or IP rating and shock resistance. One example for that is the OPPO A5 Pro 5G, which quote unquote survives in every condition, even accidentally putting it on a hot pot. And in my 2 months of testing this phone without being protective of it at all, I felt like I'm in a roller coaster ride. The question is, what did I experience of it, and should you try it? Hey guys, James here, your tech buddy, and this is Tech M.N.O. And in this video, let's explore the ups, downs, roadblocks, the spirals, and the pace I encounter on the OPPO A5 Pro 5G, and is it a thrilling experience? Let's start the video now with the unboxing. Here's the retail packaging of the OPPO A5 Pro 5G in its usual white and silver box. On the bottom part, we can see the configuration and the color of this phone. Removing the plastic, and once we open the box, now we can see a smaller box that contains the SIM ejector tool, paperwork, and a smoke gray silicone jelly case. Next, we see the phone itself, but let's put it on the side for now. And on the bottom part of the box is where the 45-watt Superbook flash charge is located and the USB A to C cable. We will move the box to the side for now, and let's remove the protective cover of the phone and the stickers on the back. Turning on the phone now, setting it up, and that's it. We can now use the OPPO A5 Pro 5G. But before we move on to the review, we will just have a few disclaimers here. This phone was provided by OPPO Philippines to test out and make content on our TikTok page and showcase its key selling points to our audience. However, for this YouTube video, they don't have any inputs nor advanced copies in this review. They are seeing this for the first time alongside you. And if you're interested in getting the OPPO A5 Pro 5G, I will have affiliate links in the description or in the comment section down below. Alright, let's begin with its design and build. While we can hide the fact that the back design of the OPPO A5 Pro 5G gets some inspiration from other brands, and also its much more expensive brother, the Reno 13 Pro, it still gives this unique and edgy look in my own eyes. The one that I got here is the mocha brown color, which is a nice change of pace from the boring blacks and whites of the phones nowadays. It is subtle, yet it can still fit in a corporate setting if you're that kind of person. But if you want a more loud personality, you can pick the bloom pink color that has an iridescent and gradient look, or the olive green color for a more zen vibe to it. That for me, it's a little bit closer to the matcha green color. The OPPO A5 Pro 5G's design is flat all throughout. The back is made of a double reinforced glass, and it has a matte finish texture to it to avoid some smudges and gives a premium look on the phone. The front also has a reinforced glass plus a Corning Gorilla Glass 7i for its display. And finally, it has a flat aluminum frame to give the A5 Pro 5G more rigidity and can survive a drop. And speaking of drop, the main selling point of the OPPO A5 Pro 5G is the IP69 water and dust resistance and its MIL standard 810H military grade compliance certification. We will talk more about that later in this video, but one thing is for sure, it has an extra layer protection if you're a clumsy person. But we will see about that when we test it for ourselves. Button and port placements are as follows. The right side has a volume rocker and the side-mounted fingerprint scanner that has doubles as a power button. The left side is where the hybrid SIM tray is located. Top part is clean, and finally the bottom side is where you can see 2 microphone holes, the USB-C port, and one part of the stereo speakers of the phone. Unfortunately, there is no 3.5mm audio jack here, so you need to buy a dongle if you want to use wired earphones. Overall, the build quality is solid here for the phone. We really started out strong and really builds up, but when we talk about the display now, we are experiencing the first drop of the roller coaster ride. The OPPO A5 Pro 5G has a 6.67-inch HD Plus IPS LCD display with 120Hz refresh rate and 1000 nits of peak brightness. Well, for the average Joe, they can't tell if the display is only 720p or not. Actually, at first, I thought it's a typo because in my observation, I didn't notice the pixelation of the display due to the fact that it can go as high as 1000 nits of brightness, where an LCD display of this caliber. You may notice it now if you lower your brightness the display, and you'll see the text is a little bit mushy, especially in dark backgrounds. Maybe one of the factors why I didn't catch that is how good of a display panel quality OPPO used this in this phone, plus an IPS LCD display with great color accuracy and angles that makes it hard to spot in the first place. But that stuff didn't win me over, because if we look up in the given price later and compare to the competition, it's a step backward. We can see mid-range phones now in an AMOLED display, sometimes in curved glass setups, yet OPPO still gives us circa 2019 vibe in 2025. Wow, I hope they can step it up in this regard. Okay, let's talk about the performance and software of the OPPO A5 Pro 5G. In this segment, I spiraled into what OPPO chose in this phone that made me confused and felt dizzy in the ride. To recap, the OPPO A5 Pro 5G runs on a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 chipset, per 8 gigs of RAM, and it's running ColorOS 15 Lite on top of Android 15. Pretty sure you're confused now what is ColorOS 15 Lite means. Okay, here's the rundown. It is basically a toned-down version of their UI to accommodate the weak chipset, so they cut some corners like in animations, blurring elements, and even polishing on their extra features, but it's running on a standard version of Android and not the Go version. In terms of day-to-day tasks like texting, calling, surfing, and social media scrolling, the A5 Pro 5G can handle it very well. But it's the opposite when you try this one like playing games like Call of Duty Mobile or even Genshin Impact. Yes, you can play it here, but you have to lower down your graphic settings to avoid issues. In terms of storage, I was happy to learn that it comes in a 256GB UFS 2.2 storage and an option to put an SD card slot for more files to add. But the smile on my face completely disappeared when I set this phone up. It bombarded me with tons of bloatwares. Where on earth will you put 30 bloatwares that consist of first-party apps and garbage third-party ones? And take note, I haven't added the default Google app bloatwares here on the numbers I set it up. So if we will add them all up, it's a total of 41 apps. Yes, you heard it right. 41. My gosh, OPPO, why do you have to go and make things so complicated? Oh wait, that's a song lyric. Sorry. Before we go any further, if you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified when a brand new video will come out. And don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts like Facebook, X or Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and on TikTok at M.N.O for more content and giveaways that you can check out in the card right above here. Let's talk about one of the dark horse features of the OPPO A5 Pro 5G that really jumps up to my excitement, and that is their AI Link Boost 2.0. In a nutshell, this feature has a deep network optimization algorithm that's integrated with the hardware. The end result is the phone can give a better signal connection compared to the other phones in the market thanks to its 360-degree surround antenna on the frame. And I can attest to that. In this video, I have two phones with two identical SIM cards from Smart, from my S23 Ultra, and here on the OPPO A5 Pro 5G. And as you can see here, it has more signal bars than my S23 Ultra. So if you're in a crowded area or on a lower ground floor of the mall, you can still get a reliable signal from this phone. Let's talk about the cameras of the OPPO A5 Pro 5G. Well, correction, camera without the S, because even though it's a dual camera setup here at the back, the only usable camera is the 50 megapixel main sensor. The other one is a filler 2 megapixel monochrome sensor. While on the selfie camera, it has an 8 megapixel camera here. Well, I don't want to waste your time. The results here for both the main and the selfie cameras are mediocre at best if it's in good lighting. Details are decent and sharpness is okay for some, but in some other scenarios like night shots, it's terrible. Colors are washed out, details are hard to describe, and graininess is prominent to some shots. It's also the same with the video quality that maxes out at 1080p 60fps for the main camera and 1080p 30fps on the selfie camera. Okay, so this is our video test for the OPPO A5 Pro 5G. The maximum resolution here is 1080p at 60fps. So what are your thoughts about the video quality? Is it still a little bit shaky? Let me know in the comment section down below. Here's our selfie video test for the OPPO A5 Pro 5G. The maximum resolution here is 1080p at 30 FPS. So what are your thoughts on our video quality here and of course the audio quality? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Alright, let's talk about the battery life and the charging of the OPPO A5 Pro 5G. It has a huge 5,800 mAh battery capacity and it has a 45-watt Super VOOC flash charging support that the included adapter in the box provides it as well. And fun fact, it also supports 45-watt USB PD charging with compatible adapters and cables. In terms of my usual medium to heavy use, the OPPO A5 Pro 5G can last for more or less than 8 hours average. And that's with Wi-Fi turned on consistently and brightness is at 60%. But when I had the time that I didn't use this phone one time heavily, it gave me a total of almost 11.5 hours of screen on time, meaning it can last for half a day if you're a casual user, which is a great numbers for people who don't use their phone very often. This is a sure hit for those people that are always commuting. And if the phone gets drained, recharging the phone is very reliable as well. From 20% to a full charge, it clocks in at around an hour, which is a standard in this regard. So I'm very happy that they considered to put a much faster charging speed than the normal 33-watt charging from other phones. And finally, let's discuss the reason why we are talking about the OPPO A5 Pro 5G. Its key selling point, the IP rating, and the military-grade shock resistance. I made this a separate segment because this is the reason you'll buy this, thinking that it will survive your everyday clumsiness or you've been hyped from the things you'll see in the videos. Well, the answer here is it can withstand water submersion and even a tumble on the floor, and it might still work. But it's not 100% guaranteed that the phone is still safe in one piece forever. I know you're confused now. I'll just show it on my phone here. You may not see on the frame right now, but I will have a close-up photo of the back of this unit here. And you may see a small crack on the back cover. So what is the key takeaway here? Having IP rating and military shock resistance is good for added protection, but do not intentionally do it just because you just saw it from your favorite influencers take a photo on a pool or toss it from the second floor of a building just to prove a point. Yes, it's there for your peace of mind, but if you always torture your phone like this, it will break and it can break over time. Heck, even Jason Marina has a disclaimer that it's not guaranteed for military ruggedness. So now we have already finished one heck of a roller coaster ride for this phone. The question now is, should you try the OPPO A5 Pro 5G for yourself? Well, let's reveal the price first. At the time of this recording, the OPPO A5 Pro 5G is priced at 15,999 pesos for the lone 8 256GB configuration. Can I recommend this phone? Yes, I can. But is it an easy recommendation to all users? No. If you want a phone that has a better and sharper display, more than decent performance, decent to good camera quality, and lesser bloatwares, this phone is not my top pick for you. But if you're just a casual user or an OPPO fan that doesn't care on the specs of the phone, or if you are a delivery rider or a motorcycle taxi rider that wants a phone that withstands the vulnerabilities of the road plus having a great signal reception with a high brightness screen, especially if you're outside with direct sunlight, I can suggest this phone to you since it can handle the basic things you need. As a closing statement, I hope OPPO could try to at least revamp their mid-range market or even just their pricing structure, because the other brands are catching up with the competition and giving phones that have decent specs but have at least a justifiable or even a decent price. Again, if you're interested in buying the OPPO A5 Pro 5G, I have product links in the description or in the comments below. And if you want to watch my previous video, you can click this video here. Or if you want to watch all of my review videos, you can click the playlist right above here. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my two channels. Again, my name is James, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.